You know, I wasn't gonna go for a ride today, but been hearing a lot of sirens out there. I'm gonna go take a look. I'm gonna go take a look. I'll go take a look. Probably. Probably ain't nothing, but I ain't been out today. I was just reading a piece in the news about, you know, those bouncy houses things, these inflatables that people get for the kids' birthday party and stuff, and they're like castles and stuff like that. There was this one they had. What in the world is that? No telling. They had one like that. It was in Australia, and a lot of wind come up and blew that thing loose, and it went airborne, and there was like 5 kids killed. It went up in the air and they fell out of it and fell about 30 or 40 feet, and killed them, and there was 4 or 5 more injured, and 4 of them are critical. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're around them things and the wind comes up, you better get out of them or get out of the way. They supposedly have them anchored. Well, that's a nice pickup. $15,500 cash, and it's a 10. Golly, Ned, that thing's 11 years old. 11 years old. That car was whistling. You know, I might as well go on since I'm out riding, I might as well go on and pour some new concrete there. I think they're gonna have to make me some new, they poured new concrete, that's what they did. I got a bunch of these rooting. Matter of fact, I think this is where I got the cuttings. Yeah, killed 5 and injured 5 more, and 4 of them are critical. What's that beeping I keep hearing? I'm thinking they're gonna have to make me some near ear modes for my hearing aids. We are open. What's open? The wall covering place. go across right now. No traffic. I hadn't had any sodas in a good while. Go ahead, dear. Yeah, I hadn't had any sodas in a good while, and I'm gonna go in here and buy myself a Christmas present. I'm gonna get me a 6-pack of either Diet Pepsis or Diet Dr. Peppers or Diet root beer of some kind, if somebody let me in. I'll get around right here. Closed Christmas Day. Do you hold that door for me, sir? Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Let's see what they got. They probably won't. There's some Diet Pepsis. I actually would prefer 6-pack of root beer, but they hardly ever have them. What is that? That's Dr. Pepper, but 2 for $6. That's cheap. What is that? What is it Diet? No, it's not. It's that Dr. Pepper. Nope. Can't have them. I never have like that cream soda. Never have. So I guess, well, I could get the 2 liters. $1.60. But them things don't hold their fizz. Oh Lord. I guess I'll have to get that's $4.10. I guess I'll have to get the Diet Pepsi. Yep. I'll set them down here.
Right? Get my finger out. I was trying not to take her, but finger wouldn't get out. Any batteries or anything else for you, honey?
No ma'am, thank you very much.
14E1.
What's the one I like?
Yeah, I remember the first one.
Remember when I had got my hair did
But it wasn't bad. to talk to it. Just have to talk to it. So, listen here.
That's not mine. That's
Hi, honey.
How you doing? I got some drinks down here too. Get them up.
Anything else for you, darling?
No bill.
7:15. So you girls behaving? What about the other one? Your son. And in the other house. No.
Back up and pick that up.
Arlena, come get a cup of his change, please.
I got it.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good day.
You do the same, hon.
Thank you, dear.
Be safe.
Now look, my back room is empty.
Oh my God.
Oh, really? Where'd you see him at?
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You too.
Okay. I think I need to come down here and get some more of these cuttings on these ligustrums. I do believe. And you know, the thing about these ligustrums, see, they keep them cut back like on these small ones. But if you let them go, look what you get. Look at that big, that's a ligustrum there, and it's huge. You can let them go. I like them lower. I don't like for them to turn into trees, but that's, some people do. Some people do. Now, I'm gonna push this thing here to cross 200A. Alright, where's my... I'm cheating. I'm having a mountain. Well, it's that... Oh, it's cross. Oops, can't go there. Now, actually like the mounds better. I don't like these Almond Joys. Well, I got, I think, 20 bottles in here with cuttings. Some of these some of them I got 4 cuttings in, some of them singles. Depending on what I got, some tomatoes in there. Got, I don't know what you call them, but I'm rooting a couple of those for the man that let me get clippings off his stuff. And I'm kind of falling behind on my cardboard. Kinda. This has done got damp, hard to cut now, so I'll have to put that on the pile and let it dissolve on its own. These, that'll dissolve on its own. That's a little oatmeal packet. You know, when I decided to start composting cardboard, I didn't realize just how much cardboard goes through this household in a week. I was looking at a cardboard shredder on Amazon. It's $159, and it will even shred CDs, these discs. And I was thinking, it does a cross cut on them. In other words, it ain't little strips, it's little bitty tiny squares. And I'm thinking that might work as an imitation perlite type stuff. Because I'm already cutting up it might do it, but it's $159. Can't afford it. But boy, it's short. All you do is run this cardboard through it, and it puts it in tiny little squares. I think the squares are about the size of probably smaller than a 1/2 inch. by half inch, probably like a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. But that's a CD. But you do cardboard in it. I just went for a ride. And got some paracactus plants that was growing wild there at the edge of the woods. And those paracactus, they're extremely easy to grow. You can take a paracactus, just one leaf, and just throw that on the ground, and pretty soon it will start growing new plants off of that, and that thing will be growing roots from the side of the cactus. They're super easy to do. Super easy. I need a drink of my drink. I went and got me a drink a while ago. And wait a minute, there's, what is that? What is that? I'm not sure. That's not, it might be. It might be. I can't. Well, I'm gonna stick that in that one. That's a different plant, but it won't matter. Now I'm gonna get me a little drink of my Diet Coke. Sorry, Barb. Well, last night was the finale on Survivor. And it kinda, the person that won it was Erica. Xander played the better game of any of them. But he played so good, and people were so envious they didn't want him to win it. Erica played a good game, but not as good as Xander. And Xander had to, he would come out winning on the end, and he got to pick who he wanted to go with him. They had to have two. Actually, they have to have three, but there's four. And so he picks one of them four to go with him. And Heather told Xander before he had made up his mind, he said, she told him, Erica can beat you. And she was right. What he should have done was chose Heather to go with him, and then that means that Erica and the guy, what's his name, Deshawn, Eric and Deshawn would have to make fire to see which the third one would be. And that would have been Eric could not beat Deshawn on the fire making. And that meant it would have been Deshawn, Heather, and who am I thinking about? Oh my goodness. These is napkins. I always throw the napkins in here. It would have been Xander, Deshawn, and Heather. Now, but there were so many of them people upset at Xander because he played such a good game, and they just couldn't stand it, and they still might would have picked Heather or Deshawn, even though I've seen over the years most of those juries, they can't get over the spite and petty stuff and pick the person that actually played the best game. And most of the time over the years, the best ones that played the best game didn't win. Because it's just like, I'll tell you, here's a good example how that works. Human nature. You know why Mitt Romney and John McCain didn't like Trump? Because Mitt Romney couldn't win the election. And who was it he lost to? He didn't win anyway. And John McCain couldn't win. But along comes Trump, a newcomer, not even a political person, messed around there and beat Hillary Clinton. And that just stuck in John McCain's craw and Mitt Romney's. Because Trump come in there and beat a lifetime politician, and they couldn't do it. That's exactly what that was about. That's why they didn't like Trump. That's why, right there. And it's the same way with these juries on Survivor. You play a real good game and people don't like that. It's all of a sudden, they'll do whatever to hurt you just for the spite of it because they couldn't do what you was doing. That's what that's all about. For sure. So the best players on Survivor never win. A couple of times they have, you know, like Boston Rob. Okay. I'm gonna quit on this. Got to go work on my daughter's Christmas present. Well, Christmas present and birthday present all roll into one. Her birthday's the 21st of December. Yep, it sure is. 51 years ago, my wife and I's first child, and boy, we was excited. And when Bud come along in 1972, we was happy, but we weren't all that excited like we was with Jennifer. Matter of fact, I wasn't even there the day Bud was born. I was a salesman, a door-to-door salesman. And it's one of them deals, they come to your house and they give you $4 or $5 down, and they got it on credit, and then you have to go by once a week, every week, and collect. Oh, that stuff don't work. That stuff don't work too good anymore. I don't know if anybody ever doing that now, but I sold stuff like blankets, pots and pans, clock radios. Clock radios, been back then, that was a big seller. And it was a GE, and it was a cheap radio. And I think we sold it for $39.95. $39.95. Usually we get $3 or $4 down and $3 or $4 a week. And lots of times when you come to collect, people would start hiding from you. But we usually got it collected. Sometimes not. Sometimes the people would move and you wouldn't know where they went. And you was just SOL then. All right. Get my, you know what, as that thing started rooting, that's only been in there 2 weeks. Let me see. And I don't know what the name of this is. Lisa, what is the name of this? Oh yeah, it's got roots coming out on it. What is it? I'm gonna go over and get me another cutting off of that. What is that? I think it's beautiful. Oh. All right, folks. Nothing much interesting in this video, but it's my video. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I will catch you in the next one. I think my daughter's gonna, I know she got my present. I wish she hadn't, because I know what it is, and of course I could be fooled. Oh, it's a GoPro. And I told her the other day, I said, if you're getting me a camera, do not get me that GoPro Max. Because there'll be a lot of things on that thing that I won't know how to use or won't understand. I won't be able to get my head wrapped around it. I can kind of get my head wrapped around the GoPro 7 and the GoPro 8 and even the GoPro 9, but in the 10 and above that, it's just a waste of money to pay for all them bells and whistles that I will never use. So I know she may be getting me a monitor, because my newest monitor, the one I got for Christmas last year, it's starting to take a dump. It's hiding certain things on my screen, little black things is coming up. And my older one, the old one that I picked up on curbside, works fine. It's got just a little bit of discoloration at the bottom, but nothing bad. And that started like that over a year ago. But this one here that they got me last Christmas, it's taking a dump. When I have to click on something that's behind that black stuff, I have to estimate where I think it's at and click around there till it comes up. But I tell you what, these flat screens, get my, you know what, is that thing started rooting up? That's only been in there 2 weeks. Let me see. Let me see. And I don't know what the name of this is. Lisa, what is the name of this? Oh yeah, it's got roots coming out on it. What is it? I'm gonna go over and get me another cutting off of that. What is that? I think it's beautiful. Oh. Alright folks, nothing much interesting in this video, but it's my video, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I will catch you in the next one. I think my daughter's gonna, I know she got my present. I wish she hadn't, because I know what it is, and of course I could be fooled. I could be fooled. It's GoPro. And I told her the other day, I said, if you're getting me a camera, do not get me that GoPro Max. Because there'll be a lot of things on that thing that I won't know how to use or won't understand. I won't be able to get my head wrapped around it. I can kind of get my head wrapped around the GoPro 7 and the GoPro 8 and even the GoPro 9, but in the 10 and above that, it's just a waste of money to pay for all them bells and whistles that I will never use. So I know she may be getting me a monitor, because my newest monitor, the one I got for Christmas last year, it's starting to take a dump. It's hiding certain things on my screen, little black things is coming up. And my older one, the old one that I picked up on curbside, works fine. It's got just a little bit of discoloration at the bottom, but nothing bad. And that started like that over a year ago. But this one here that they got me last Christmas, it's taking a dump. When I have to click on something that's behind that black stuff, I have to estimate where I think it's at and click around there till it comes up. But I tell you what, these flat screen. All right, let me get scooted up in my chair. I got to get my, you know what, as that thing started rooting, that's only been in there 2 weeks. Let me see. Let me see. And I don't know what the name of this is. Lisa, what is the name of this? Oh yeah, it's got roots coming out on it. What is it? I'm gonna go over and get me another cutting off of that. What is that? I think it's beautiful. Oh. All right, folks. Nothing much interesting in this video, but it's my video. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I will catch you in the next one. I think my daughter's gonna, I know she got my present. I wish she hadn't, because I know what it is, and of course I could be fooled. I could be fooled. It's a GoPro. And I told her the other day, I said, if you're getting me a camera, do not get me that GoPro Max. Because there'll be a lot of things on that thing that I won't know how to use or won't understand. I won't be able to get my head wrapped around it. I can kind of get my head wrapped around the GoPro 7 and the GoPro 8 and even the GoPro 9, but in the 10 and above that, it's just a waste of money to pay for all them bells and whistles that I will never use. So I know she may be getting me a monitor, because my newest monitor, the one I got for Christmas last year, it's starting to take a dump. It's hiding certain things on my screen, little black things is coming up. And my older one, the old one that I picked up on curbside, works fine. It's got just a little bit of discoloration at the bottom, but nothing bad. And that started like that over a year ago. But this one here that they got me last Christmas, it's taking a dump. When I have to click on something that's behind that black stuff, I have to estimate where I think it's at and click around there till it comes up. But I tell you what, these flat screen monitors or flat screen TVs, they're nice when they're working. They're nice when you have to move them around and stuff. But boy, they just don't last. They don't last. A TV would last you for years. And I know some people on them flat screens, they're buying a new one once every year. Pictures are clear and everything, you know, but my gosh, they just don't last, and they're expensive. they are expensive. Shoot, back in the day, you didn't have to have cable TV, or you didn't have to pay for TV. It was free. All you needed was an antenna on your roof, or even something. A lot of times, if you was right close by, you could do it on rabbit ears. Many TV programs we watched in the late 50s that didn't cost us nothing. Am I recording or am I talking? Yeah, I'm recording. Things are a lot different. Of course, in 1957, my mom and my stepdaddy bought a brand new house. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, dining room, kitchen, living room. And the only thing it didn't have the houses come with nowadays is air conditioners. Air conditioner, I mean, it'd been nice, but they weren't as popular back then. But you could buy one of those. They bought that one for $7,999. He was a veteran. He was a World War II veteran, Navy veteran. He didn't have to pay no money down. The interest was like 1 3/4%, something like that. And the payments was around $40 or $50 a month. What about that? And in '55, he bought a brand new Ford Fairlane 500 for $2,199. In 1958, he bought a brand new 1959 Ford Fairlane 500. I love that thing. It was two-tone red and white. Boy, I love that car. And it was a little over $3,000. Amazing, unreal. But nobody made any money back then either, you know. I mean, shoot, when I went in the Army, I was only getting $65 a month. $65 a month. Of course, I didn't have to buy, I didn't have to feed me, I didn't have to clothe me, any of that stuff. But that's back in the day. That's back in the day, you know. Loaf of bread was, I think in '58, it was 15 or 16 cents a loaf. 1951, it was 12 cents a loaf. Gas was less than 24 cents a gallon. Hamburger, ground beef, 29 cents a pound. Incredible. And chicken wings, nobody liked chicken wings back then. That was trash chicken there. You could get them dirt cheap. 9 cents a pound, something like that. You could get what else was it? What else was real cheap meat? Oh, ribs, pork ribs. Them was cheap. 14, 15 cents a pound. Nobody, the only people that liked pork ribs back then was the black people. They loved them, and that what it was, that back when blacks was, and they were lower, they was considered lower class then, and they got all the cheap cuts. And pork ribs was one of the cheap cuts. And they was the only one eating pork ribs. And if they worked on a farm somewhere where the farmer slaughtered pigs and stuff, he give the ribs to the black sharecroppers he had working for him. But the blacks figured out something. They figured out them things is good if you fix them a certain way. And you know, after a few years, the dumb white people, they figured out something. Hey, them things is good, you know. And it wasn't too long before that caught on. And you, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. My aunts and uncles, every time they decided they needed new furniture, they would, it's funny. They would give their old furniture, like mostly bedroom suites and living room furniture. They'd give it to the black sharecroppers they had working for them. The sharecroppers, they was getting the hand-me-downs. And after a few years, people couldn't understand how all these black people was wound up with all this expensive antique furniture. My Aunt Rosa May, boy, she was, she was really upset when she gave this family a couple of bedroom suits, and they were worth a mint. By the time my Aunt Rosa May realized that, man, I should have never given that away. But the black folks had that nice furniture. The white folks, they had egg on their face. I think that was so funny. And I wound up one time with a bedroom suit that my Aunt Rosa May gave to one of her families that worked for her. And I loved that bedroom suit. And I bought it. What I did, I come in there with some brand new furniture and give it to this family just for that one bed and dresser and chest of drawers. I give them brand new, give them living room furniture, give them a sofa, chair, and a love seat, and a couple of new Hollywood style beds for that suit. And then 2 or 3 years later, my house caught on fire and I lost it. But it's a lot of things. If your hindsight was better than your foresight, you wouldn't have done some of the things you done. Yeah, man. I used to go down there on Saturdays when the black folks were not working. Their houses would be somewhere on the property. And they'd be out there on the Saturday evening, it getting late, and a fire going out there, and stuff was smelling good. And I'd slip out of the house and go down there and hang out. And they used to get on to me so bad about, "You been down there hanging out with those N-word people again?" Yeah, I was. I even had a crush on one girl. Her name was Sissy. But I'd go down there and hang out, and I learned early on that them ribs were good. They'd be fixing them hand-me-down ribs and stuff. It was funny. White people weren't as smart as they thought they was. Yeah. And them black folks, they took a lemon and made lemonade. Yeah. I'd sure like to meet some of them again. Especially in light of that I got 3 biracial grandsons. They'd get a chuckle out of that. They'd get it. Well, then they might say, well, I don't know. You never had a problem with us. And I didn't. I absolutely didn't. Oh, I was supposed to be signing off, wasn't I? Oh, Aunt Rosa May. She's the aunt that used to take us. I don't like that guy with that car. I don't like them loud mufflers. I used to did. What was I talking about? I done lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'm going in, folks. So this is just the end of this video. I appreciate it. I love you so much. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, the end. Goodbye. So long. Been good to know you, and I'll be kicking along, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.